The Ascaso Dream is a single boiler, or this is the Dream UP. And it's a single boiler machine, and so we recommend doing the steaming and then surfing and then bring your shots.
Yep.
Because why?
Because when you are steaming, you are depleting the water in the boiler.
Okay.
In the form of vapor, but still, you know, it's still water going out the steam one, regardless dry steam, wet steam, you're still got some water being evaporated.
Okay.
So until you run the water with the pump running, open up the steam knob to let hot water come through, that refills the water supply in the boiler, not the water reservoir, in the boiler.
So, and that's because these machines do not have automatic refills like some of the other machines out there.
Yeah,
okay.
autofill. You'll hear the machine kick, while you're steaming, you'll actually hear the machine kick in.
And start pumping water and refilling.
It senses there's no water in the boiler. Oh, got to refill it, otherwise you're going to burn it up.
Okay, so if I'm not doing this regularly, what might I see go wrong with my machine? What might I experience?
It'll stop heating up because the boiler will have overheated and the coil in there inside. A lot of boilers have a coil on the inside of them, just like a water heater, a little coil. And when there's no water surrounding that coil, it overheats and blows up.
Will I notice anything before that happens? Like, will I have degraded steaming functionality or anything like that? Or will it just be broken one day?
It'll just be broken one day,
Okay.
typically, unless you haven't been descaling and taking care of it. Then that's another issue. That's where you get diminished steam.
Okay.
When you haven't been descaling and the inside of the boiler's all clogged up with calcium and lime deposits.
So this is also something to keep in mind if you're wanting to steam a lot of milk in succession, because you can deplete the water in the boiler through steam, and then you can't steam up more milk. Like if you need to do several lattes or something.
You need to do one, refill the boiler, do another one. You don't want to do sequential
pitchers. Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you show me now? Let's pretend we've done our steaming or whatever. It's up to steam temperature.
Okay, we've done our steaming. There it is, right? We've done.
Okay.
So now you want to turn the steam off, and then you want to turn the coffee, open this up, turn the coffee button on. See the pump?
Okay.
The pump now is going to be sending water
through that.
Nice stream
and it
like
dissipated the steam out of there and refilled it.
Yep.
So how do I know when to stop? When I'm at the right temp? Oh, the light came on.
I just had a great. Well, that's for temperature surfing. Yeah.
Okay.
When the light comes on,
okay,
on this particular machine, tells me, okay, I'm heating up for brewing. I'm at a low temperature for brewing. When the light goes out, I'm ready for brewing.
Okay. Cool.
Makes
sense?
That's
temperature surfing and also just refilling your boiler between steaming and then brewing.
When this light goes out and you can watch the gauge, it will, you know that you're at the high point. On this particular machine, I'd have to actually do some testing to see how many seconds afterwards you should wait where it's at its optimum temperature.
Okay. Right now, it's at 2, what is that? Maybe.
Let me see.
I can't. It's like a 167 and then 212. So it's somewhere between 167 and 212 Fahrenheit.
It's rising a little bit too. Not much, ever so slowly. It's just under 200. I'm going to say that's about 200 degrees right there.
Okay.
It's still rising just a little bit, and at some point it's going to start going down.
Okay. Cool. So that's one nice thing about these Dreams is they do have that temperature gauge.
Do you like looking at the back of my head?
I do. Anything else you want to add about this process?
It's just very important to do. Otherwise, you're going to burn up your boiler.
And that's probably the most common repair we see these machines coming in for is replacing out the boiler.
Yep. In fact.
And they're not independent. You can't replace the heating element.
No.
You've got this is all integrated, so you've got to do the whole boiler. Okay.
Rancilio has a separate heating element, but you can't replace it either. You have to replace the whole boiler.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Gail.
Yes.